I still have the core of my clientele 25 years later, still training with the same people. My clientele just kind of built itself. I don't think in the 25 years I advertised more than maybe 2 years. He unconsciously taught me everything I shouldn't be doing. And we're still friends today, but I think he unconsciously taught me how to be a great trainer because he was so awful. Welcome to the Pink Book Podcast. I am your host, Joyce Van Setters, and I continue to bring you stories of game changers and innovators who are redefining their success, as well as some solo stories because I have a lot to say this year. So I'm coming to you today to talk about healthcare and the fitness industry. I'm going to talk about if I had to start my personal training business from scratch today in 2026, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do, because I'm not a gatekeeper. And to start off, I don't want this video to go into 60 minutes of not telling you what I would do by telling you backstories. My main thing I would do, which will be an umbrella to everything I'm going to tell you, is I would leverage all of the current trends that are going on to today. All of the current trends and reoccurrent trends, I would leverage all of those. So I want you to sit on that for a minute because I do have a small backstory to tell you how I got into the personal training business, into the fitness industry. As of February 6th this year, it's been 25 years for me. I'm 53 years old. I started personal training when I was 28. I started out in the healthcare industry and I was depressed. I was gaining weight and I actually lived in New Jersey at the time. And I traveled all the way to New York because I didn't want my friends to know I had a trainer. So I ended up going all the way to New York to look for a personal trainer. It was a very well-established gym at that time. We won't say any names, but I went to the gym and I remember getting there super, super early because in my head, I thought if I get there really early, whatever trainer's there really early is going to be like the most disciplined. I had no clue that like the low totem pole trainers were the ones that had to open the gym, or if you owned the gym, and that was your option. I had no idea about that. I just assumed in my head, because I came from a disciplined background, that the disciplined person would show up first. So that would be my trainer. So I remember getting to this gym and I was on a cardio machine. I was watching all the trainers and I saw this one trainer who was in impeccable shape, really good shape, very military haircut. So I remember running over to him thinking, there's no clients with him, so he's going to be able to help me. And I said to him, let's just call him Frank. We'll just say Frank. Frank, I would like to sign up for personal training, or I'm interested in personal training. I don't really remember what I said verbatim, but I remember he rushed me into this little office and started breaking down the packages of personal training. They were like, you could buy 10 sessions, 20 sessions, 50 sessions. And I just literally gave him my credit card and signed up for 50 sessions. I remember I bought the most, which was crazy back then. And he didn't ask me anything about my goals or anything like that, but there was no worries on my end. I was just like, let's go. So we started training about twice a week. And in the beginning, the very first month, everything was going great. I remember losing weight right off the bat. I remember, because I wasn't working out. So obviously if I start working out and I wasn't doing anything before, I'm going to see results really fast. I know that now. And I remember him I knew all about this man's life. We ended up becoming friends. He told me all about his love for the ladies, everywhere he ate, everywhere he went out, everything he did. I knew all about his life through our sessions. And once it got to I'm going to say month 2, 3, it got to be really bad. He stopped showing up for sessions. He would be really, really late. And I kind of just took it upon myself to just train myself because I was there. So it's like, I'm going to go through the motion. And I didn't want to be one of those girls like I did at a high school that just did cardio and was just skinny and then skinny fat. I wanted to put on some muscle. So I started to just train myself. And my model in my head, I don't really remember where I got this from, and it's still my model today, was large group muscle we're going to hit, small group muscle we're going to hit some core, and then we'll do a little bit of cardio with our own body weight because I despise cardio machines still to this day. So I did that, and fast forward, I got through my 50 sessions with him, and I said to him, he said, do you want to renew your package? And I said, no, but I would love to know where your certification, because I think I want to do this. I think I want to get certified. I think I'm pretty good at this, And he was a little offended that I said I kind of, trained myself and got myself to my own result, but that was neither here nor there for me. He then proceeded to tell me that he wasn't certified. Now, this could go either way, but I just want to inform you that back then, even today, like that's not uncommon in the fitness industry. A gym will hire someone, and did back then a lot of times hire people who weren't certified because they just wanted to get trainers in. Also, you could have a certification and then it laxed and they would keep you on. So those things were common in a lot of gyms. So I wasn't too blown away about that, but I was just like, it kind of brought, and you'll see at the end of this story, it kind of brought everything together for me. That because when you get certified, not only do they teach you exercise, but they also teach you how to keep your clientele, how to build clientele. Like that's key because anyone can train someone. So I went on to ask around other people. And I ended up getting certified, became a personal trainer. 25 years later, I say this to you because I still have the core of my clientele 25 years later, still training with the same people. Why do they still personal train, you ask? Same reason you brush your teeth every day, same reason you still go to therapy, because it makes them feel good and they need me. So without further ado, let's get into it. I normally don't have my phone with me, but I have it today because I don't want to miss anything. So as I told you before, the umbrella of what I would do is leverage all of the current trends that are going on right now because I did not have that 25 years ago to do. The very first thing I would do is identify your niche. And this is going to sound super cliche because people always say, you need a niche, like you need to hone in on Pilates, be the best yoga instructor you can be, or be the best CrossFit trainer you can be. I don't really believe in that. I think you can train someone to do a little bit of everything. And I personally do that myself. When I say hone in on your niche, what I mean is your personality niche, like your who you are, a little bit of your personality, a little bit of authenticity, and a little bit of, I don't know, your favorite rock star, or your favorite hip hop artist, or your favorite actor. I'll give you an example. So once I progressed to where I was actually managing trainers, I would literally interview them and have them come up with their own little style of like, this trainer is known for wearing hats all the time. This trainer is known because she wears those boots all the time. I was always known for wearing blue blockers, even back then. And it wasn't a thing of screen. It was just my thing. I always wore glasses and they just happened to be blue blockers. And that was how the audience, not just the clients, but the people in the gym remembered us. When they came in to me to look for a personal trainer, they were like, I want that girl with the boots, or I want that guy with the hats, and so on and so on. So I say that to say that your niche can be more than just what you specialize in. It can be your overall persona. The second thing I would do would be to leverage technology. Now, this is something huge in 2026 because especially with AI. I obviously didn't have that back then. I think Facebook was coming about, and what benefited me was I was competing in bodybuilding competitions. So I had the fitness industry kind of behind me. That's a really, really tight knit group. If you ever compete, you know. These people in the fitness industry, they stick together, they get behind you, they promote what you promote. So that's a really tight industry. If that's something you're into, it's very easy to leverage technology that way. But today we have everything. We have from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, everything that we have free advertisement if we want it. Now you can pay for advertisement on all of these platforms as well, but you have the option to advertise for free without leaving your home. So I would definitely leverage technology as the second thing I did. The third thing I would do is develop a really, really, really strong brand. And when I say that, I mean more than just like a memorable logo. I mean like a mission statement that actually resonates with your audience. Because when selling anything, you need an audience, right? So if I'm going to sell you something, if I'm going to sell you this cocoa butter stick, whether I use this or not is not important. Whether I think this is a good cocoa butter stick is not important. What's important is if I make you think it's good for you. So that's what I mean by your audience. You really need to hone in on the audience that you know is going to buy from you. Because let's just say you were a yoga and a Pilates instructor, but you walked into a bodybuilding gym, right? And you know you could get some clients there, but they don't know anything about Pilates or they don't know anything about yoga. So to sell, you first need to build that audience around you that understands that although they are doing something else, they need what you have to offer. And there's a lots different ways to do that. We can get into a whole selling episode, but I say that to say that you really need to hone in on what resonates with your audience. Number 4, what I would do is create the most engaging content. I don't mean just on social media. I mean going to local events, taking pictures. You don't have to have all the money in the world for advertising. You don't have to hire the most expensive photographer and editor. You literally these days can go around with your iPhone. We all know that. I see YouTube videos all the time telling me what camera I should buy if I want to level up my game in 2026, what microphone I should buy. All of the equipment that I have bought for my podcast to film at home, I kid you not, has been under $500, and it doesn't change my views. Would my views increase if I had, I don't know, a $3,000 camera? Maybe, but I'm still able to get what I need to get out of this, especially if you're a starter. So I would definitely concentrate on creating the most engagement content with what you have. And again, that could be going to a gym, a park, any of your favorite places with just your iPhone and taking video of you working out, your friends working out, your family working out, different lifestyle things you can incorporate into the fitness industry, and just concentrate on just really engaging content. And again, you do that by going back to that umbrella of focusing on all of the current trends that are going on. Number 5, what I would do is focus, and this one I actually think is really important, even though it's number 5, focus on community building. Because without community, you really don't have an audience. Your audience and people who buy from you will come and go, but you need to build a community. And for me, the community I built was more so because of my niche, and it kind of fell upon me. Back then, my niche was training the at-home mother who wanted to spend her husband's money. Like, that literally just fell in my lap. And it worked out great because although I had the skills behind to give these people what they needed, a little bit of what they needed and a little bit of what I knew they wanted, it worked for me. But I ended up building up a community of people who in their neighborhood would be like, are you training with Joyce? Well, then I need to train with Joyce. Well, then guess what? That person needs to train with Joyce. If someone was in the supermarket and they heard someone heard someone looking for a trainer, well, then they need to train with Joyce too. So because I had that community, my clientele just kind of built itself. I don't think in the 25 years I advertised more than maybe 2 years. I think it just was word of mouth. I knew what I was doing. I'm going to say, go back to Frank. I'm going to say he unconsciously taught me everything I shouldn't be doing. And we're still friends today, but I think he unconsciously taught me how to be a great trainer because he was so awful. I would offer flexible membership options. So when I started out, I started out in gyms, so there was just one price. They would pay the gym, and then the gym would commission me per session. When I started doing in-home training, the advance for me was I would just say, well, this is what the gym costs. I'm $10 less. And I could build my clientele that way. But today I offer membership options, not so much packages, but membership options as far as like, because I train a lot of families or husbands and wives. So I do like a couples option, a family membership. And these things don't have to be monthly. They could be bi-monthly, tri-monthly, depending on how much you actually sell to keep these people engaged. So membership options are a really, really great option versus just price, time for money. And then number 7, what I would do is invest in marketing. In today, you can take $100 and blow up AI with marketing. You don't have to invest in a full marketing team. You don't. You literally can go on any AI platform and put in $100 and invest in at least a whole month of really good marketing, really good ads. I am someone who does not advertise for my PT business. If I do take on new clientele, but my advertisements come through word of mouth. My clients, put it this way, my clients advertise for me. When it's personal trainers, you know this, or people in the fitness industry, when it's December, new clients just fall in. When it's spring, new clients fall in. Right before summer, new clients fall in. Fall, you might get last because people go away, but guess what happens? Comes around December again, new clients fall in. So it kind of just flows for me. And I know human behavior. I know that's the way the gyms work. I know that's the way the world works. I know that's the way people think. And so I hone in on that very quietly. It's not so much an advertisement, probably to my clientele, and they do the work for me. And also, it's because I know what I'm doing. I'm going to keep saying that, by the way, because it's true. And the last thing I want to talk about is and I did this even 25 years ago, number 8, I would gather feedback and then adapt to it and not be afraid of constructive criticism. Let's say you sold someone a package or membership of 10 sessions. After that 10 sessions, I would get feedback from them and add it to your website or add it to, whatever you're taking feedback on, and then go back and adapt. If someone says, hey, I had a great time training with you, but I just don't think I'm going to go on, because don't take it personal, because we don't own these clients. They don't own us. There's always someone that might be doing something that is better for them. And there's always something that they might be doing that just, didn't sit right with you. So don't take it personal. Get as much feedback as you can and then adapt. And that's what I would do if I was starting my personal training business in 2026. I think it requires niche presentation, a real brand, some real marketing, and then really getting that feedback and adapting to it. So that's kind of all I have to say about that. I kind of thank God I'm not starting my personal training business in 2026. However, if I were, those would be the steps that I would take. And I'm going to say it was easier for me back then to start. I understand the youth today saying it's easier today because you have everything accessible to you and free. But there's also what comes with today is comparison. We didn't have that so much back then because I wasn't online comparing myself to anyone. And anyone I walked up to in the gym that was another trainer, we all stuck together. Like, we all had our own things, but we all stuck together. There was no like, oh, she's better than me because she's doing this, or she looks that way, or she has more muscle. It was never like that. It wasn't until I didn't start to see that until it got online. So that's what I think is the toughest today. But if you can get past that and stop comparing yourself to people, you can really, really go far in this business. And, I've had a lot of people through the years tell me, I don't know how you stuck in this business that long. One, it's my passion. It'll always be my passion. If I didn't have any more clients, I would still be working out 6 days a week. I would still be in the fitness industry in some capacity, whether I was helping someone else promote or something. So it's just something that I love. I'm very passionate about. I think that it's something that's helped me in every other aspect of my businesses. It's helped me with my podcast because I'll put it this way. It's when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you have confidence. When you have confidence, you will push yourself, and that will also help you push others. But once you're able to push yourself, you just become unstoppable. And so that's what I live by. That's what I will die by. If you want to see more videos like this, please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear. Again, I want to do some more of these solo podcasts because I have a lot to say in 2026, and I want you guys to hear it. As usual, I am still on Spotify. I am on YouTube, and I am on Amazon Audible. If this is something that resonates with you, please join my community because the best is yet to come.